I'm dating a transgender girl and I'm having conflicting feelings. So recently received a message from a girl from work. She sent me a message saying she thought I was cute, which made me feel like it was Christmas as this isn't a regular thing. She showered me with compliments like I've never had before. She gave me her number and we FaceTimed for a few hours, really got along and genuinely fancied her so much. Felt like my ideal girlfriend. After the call she sent me a message saying she is transgender and getting the full surgery next year. I said that it's fine and we can still go ahead with the date we planned for next week. Maybe an error on my side, I don't know, just didn't want to make her feel bad or upset when she was so honest with me. This isn't something I have dealt with before. She is easily one of the kindest, sweetest girls I've ever met. But deep down I just can't seem to get over the fact she was born a boy and has male parts still. She is also 3 inches taller than me, with me being quite tall already. She's messaging me as we speak with love hearts and kisses and I genuinely just feel sick and emotional. It's almost as if I want to pause time so I can just have a break and forget about it for a while. Deep down I don't think it will work. I wish there was a switch I could flick and for me not to care, but I just do. It's my own insecurity and I wish I could just be so grateful for someone so kind and thoughtful for even having an interest in me. Is this a barrier people can get over? Am I just leading her on and wasting her time? I feel genuinely awful and it's not like I won't see her anymore as I work in the same building as her. It genuinely hurts me for days letting someone down or making them feel any way upset. I don't know what to do. This is going to sound awful but I need to be honest. If she was born a girl and she was shorter than me, she would be perfect. Sounds very shallow, I know. Probably I just am in some way. I think I've got some issues that need addressing. I wish it was something I could change, but I don't know if I can. Sorry for the rambling just all over the place at the moment. Comment. It might be worth telling her this is all new for you, and you don't know if it will be possible long term, but at least give it a try. The reality may be far better than your anxiety is indicating. If it doesn't work for you or you know for sure after proceeding, at least she'll know ahead of time. It's terrible advice. OP straight up said, deep down I know this won't work and you guys are trying to convince him to try dating her anyway. It's okay to not want to date trans people. OP clearly has realized he is not into it. You guys shouldn't be trying to get him to go against his own instincts. People are imperfect narrators of their own stories. I get what you mean. I also think that if deep down he feels this is a deal breaker for him, then he shouldn't lead her on or attempt to date someone he's genuinely uninterested in. Personally, it sounds like he has low self-esteem and this relationship is functioning more like an ego boost than a genuine connection. But isn't the point of this subreddit to get advice? Of course he's going to get advice from a broad range of perspectives. He might be that one guy that just needs a push to get over his fixation on whatever sex his partner was born with, because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. This relationship might be a really positive thing for him and he might be shooting himself in the foot not considering a broader perspective. That's the whole purpose of this sub. If you're going to give advice in the opposite direction, then do so. Trying to dismiss someone's advice when they show genuine interest and a willingness to share their opinion is poor form. The Western world reached this weird timeline where it's just fine to reject someone with an eye color that's not to your like, but you need to walk on eggshells if you're a straight guy who doesn't want to date a woman with a penis and / or will never be able to bear your biological children. For real, I hate it when people say stuff about someone being too picky or having high standards and that they are thinning out their dating pool. So what? It's about picking someone to share the rest of your life with. If you don't hold on to your own wants and needs, you're gonna be in an unhappy partnership. Just be open and honest with her. No need to be mean, but definitely tell her how you're feeling. I'm 100% a people pleaser and I get not wanting to hurt someone you genuinely like. And have also gotten trapped in relationships I didn't really want to be in. You have to be selfish sometimes and do what's right for you. But like I said, no need to be mean about it. GL, Han. Trans man here. I only date men with penises as I have a genital preference. I tried dating other trans men who didn't have phalloplasty and it didn't work. For your sake and hers, break this off. You can't help what you're attracted to, but also don't lead her on. I promise you she will find someone else that will enjoy her company, so don't feel too bad rejecting her. I'd be more concerned how emotionally attached she is to you so quickly SND that she is from work. Don't shit where you eat, it often doesn't go well. Story 2. So frustrated that my husband keeps throwing my past in my face. My husband is going through a very difficult time in his life right now. He lost his job about 4 years ago and it has been difficult to find that next career. We have had some current life events that have made things extra stressful, and he seems to be taking all his frustrations out on me. I get it, I'm the closest target. Recently, the past 3 or so months, he has been bringing up everything I have done wrong in our marriage dating back years and years. There's a long history of wrongdoings on both sides, we both are human after all. This is very upsetting on its own, but there's more. His favorite topic as of late is to bring up people I dated as a teenager and say such things as "you should have married him, he's a now, you'd be happier." Or the more upsetting, "you went out of your way to make plans for a date with and you don't do any of that for me. I don't look like so you don't respect me. And the ultimate, you wanted to have sex with, and I'm lucky if I get it a few times a week. You don't desire me the way you did. All my past relationships were very short-term and mere flings. I've never loved anyone the way I do my husband." I can go on and on with more, but comments like these have become almost a daily occurrence, and while I am a patient and understanding person, there's really only so much more I can take. Recent life events have taken a huge toll on me too, and I am not as headstrong as before. TBH, I am quite depressed. I have tried different ways to combat. Ask him to stop, he flat out says no because it's the truth. Ignore it just leads to walls and walls of text messages. I've tried to throw things back in his face. The pettiness doesn't feel good to me at all, and just leads to a bigger argument, with it ending in him declaring I've ruined the whole day now. He is entirely too hard on himself, and I know it's projection, but I have feelings too. I'm the type to hold space for others, but that space is getting extremely tight. A little background: we met as teenagers and have been married a very long time. So his arsenal expands decades. We have a few kids, and I am not looking to divorce. I'm certain this is temporary until he feels he is providing again, but I don't think I deserve this treatment in the meantime. Any tips on how to handle? Edit/ad. I want to thank everyone for the well thought out advice. This is my first time posting something like this, and I am overwhelmed by the support. I do realize that the projection and the comments he is making is emotional abuse. He is depressed and has little self-esteem/worth at the moment, but it is not an excuse to behave the way he has. To answer some comments, I should have clarified in the original post that while he lost his job 4 years ago, he has still contributed financially here and there with temporary contracts in other fields, and most currently is a courier, very unpredictable income. He accepted a full-time job in year 2. It had horrible hours, very little pay, and turnover was extremely high due to shitty work conditions. We both collectively decided that temp service jobs will pay the same and are less stressful. I know for certain he has put in countless applications because I help with cover letters and resume tweaks with each one. He does help around the house. I haven't had to cook or clean very much in 4 years. He is back in school, we both are, which has drained us even more financially but will pay off in a few years. I am confident that he will find something full-time, just a matter of when. I have received plenty of flack for defending him in the comments. He is my husband after all, and no, he was never like this before. However, it is concerning that he has kept some sort of score all along to use against me. I'm positive it's jealousy and projection. It is also abuse that I am no longer going to tolerate. I had a horribly abusive upbringing, so signs of abuse are not always as clear to me. Comment: you need a boundary. A boundary isn't about telling him what to do, it's about what you are going to do if he does something. Personally, I think the next time he does something like that, instead of engaging you walk out of the room. You can't make him stop, but you don't have to be around for it. I'm reading those comments and think definitely depressed. It sounds like he has a really low opinion of himself. Why would he think she would prefer other people when she married him? Choose to be his life partner. Assuming OP has done nothing to make him think this way since getting together. I think this requires serious therapy. Same. This is what finally kind of got me to see the humanity behind the outbursts, both his and my own. A light bulb turned on in my head during therapy and how she explained this to me. I'll forever be so very thankful I decided to take the step into therapy even though I swore I didn't need it. I love my husband and want what's best for all of us. It's alright to be optimistic. Sort of seems like he's lashing out over not feeling good enough, with how his comments read. This seems like something an immature teenage boy would do. Text insults over past flings because he's too much of a knob to court his girlfriend. In this case, his wife, the mother of his freaking children. Sounds like old boy's off his game, or it was weak to begin with, so adjusting to courting his wife with kids and no career he's lost the plot. Or he has turned into that Red Bull bullshit, he could be down that rabbit hole. Sounds like whatever it is he should talk to someone about why he's been a dick for the past 90 days. If he is talking to this way in front of your children, and demeaning you in front of your children, what exactly makes you love him? I don't even have kids, and if my husband talked to me like this I would have left long ago, and I was straight up a sex worker, so my past is a lot more colorful than just having random ex-flings from high school or whatever.